All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down to rule well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson on how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. I don't want to name the video another sign to show Esau's losing power. All right, or Babylon the Great is losing his power. All right, or whichever title Yahweh Yahweh Shah sees fit I use. But Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I have this article here from the RT News, and it says U.S. went overboard in weaponizing dollar. Musk says. All right, now we know the only thing that's been backing the U.S. dollar or the petrodollar or whatever is assault rifles, tanks, basically the U.S. military. All right, that's the only thing that's truly been backing the U.S. dollar. What kept nations in line to basically to stay up under this petrodollar system. But now Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, our lords, what they're doing now, they're taking power away from Esau because his time is coming. And the sign to show that is the fact that these nations are willing to move on from the petrodollar and start dealing in other currencies. Why? Because these nations don't fear Babylon the Great anymore. Don't fear America anymore. All right. Because again, in the past, which Elder Tahar suggested brothers watch this documentary. It was a while ago, some time ago, called All Wars Are Bankers' Wars. And pretty much not every war, what that was started was really about the U.S. dollar. But which one was it? Well, the main one was Muammar Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein too, the president of Egypt, and Saddam Hussein, the what is he, the president of what was he, Afghanistan, Iraq, one of them, I forget which one. Um, and what they tried to do, they tried to sell their resources, their oil or whatever, or their gas or whatever for something other than the petrodollar, the U.S. dollars. And we all know what happened to them. They beheaded Gaddafi right in front of the world. They took him out right in front of the world. They set up a no-fly zone over Egypt. Babylon did, so they couldn't bomb the rebels there, and he got put to death. All right, on Saddam Hussein, we know the history on him. He got put to death, all because they tried to come up against the petrodollar. All right, but now you have these nations now that don't fear America. What was it, India? I think they just traded in rubles for the first time in a long time for something other than the petrodollar. They traded in rubles. All right, I think it was India. All right, so this is a sign to show that these nations ain't afraid of Babylon anymore. All right, the fact that they're willing to deal in something other than the petrodollar, the U.S. dollar. So it says, again, we read it again. It says, U.S. went overboard in weaponizing dollar. Elon Musk. Sanctions on Russia have forced countries to shift to other currencies. The billionaire says the United States has overplayed its hand in weaponizing the dollar with sanctions, pushing more countries around the world to slack. And again, if basically if any nation got out of line, especially when they was trying to give them up under the petrodollar, they would have got invaded. But they're not doing that anymore. All right, again, because the Most High is taking this devil's power away from him. All right, and also ultimately is to crash all these currencies anyway. All these currencies are going to go to zero. All right, now even Russia's I did a video yesterday through the Spirit and Power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, where Russia was talking about getting people on the that IR, what is it, IR, MI, a full force digital system. All right, straight digital. So everything, all these nations are going digital. Here in Babylon, Russia, Europe, China, you name it, they're going digital. Pushing more countries around the world to slash transactions using the currency. Elon Musk has warned. You're now seeing a lot of countries de-dollaring their transactions because we're forcing it, and it's going beyond even Russia, China, and Iran. The owner of X, formerly Twitter, said during a tweet during a Twitter Space session hosted by the American entrepreneur David Sachs on Monday. Musk highlighted a shift to trade in national currencies, especially among the BRICS nations, adding that it was right. And you better believe Saudi Arabia and the MOPEC nations, more than likely, what they're going to do is they're going to start accepting uh, other currencies outside of the U.S. dollar for their oil, for their resources. All right, and that would pretty much be the death blow to the petrodollar. All right, um, not a choice made, not a choice made by these countries, but rather necessary forced upon them by Ukraine-related Western sanctions against Moscow. Countries like Brazil, India, and India still want to translate with Russia. They can't do it with dollars, so we're forced them to de-dollarize their transactions, thus weakening the strength of the dollar in the world, he explained. The weaponizing of the greenback has pushed many nations to look for alternatives after sanctions effectively cut Russia off from the Western financial system. Right, and ultimately we know they're going to go full force digital. All right, but the greenback of the U.S. dollar is about to be kicked straight, uh, about to be dethroned. All right, it says a large number of prominent economists have a related warning that the dominance of the dollar-based financial institution and aggressive U.S. economic policy will promote more nations around the world to abandon dollar transactions and move to local currencies and trade. Right, the main thing they're gonna want to trade for is oil, because again, that would well, one of the big things they're looking to really do transactions for in different currencies is oil. Buy oil with other currencies outside of the U.S. dollar or the petrodollar or the greenback. All right, and again, this is a sign to show that these nations ain't afraid of America anymore, because in the past, none of these nations would have never thought about doing that. Or again, they would have got Muammar Gaddafi or Saddam Hussein. All right, or even their own leaders here in Babylon. What's his name? Kennedy. He want to take put the U.S. dollar back on the gold standard, and they took him out. All right, so Esau wasn't playing that, but now ultimately what they're looking to do is crash all currencies. In it, what Yahweh Shah is going to do, put the spirit on Esau to do to crash all these currencies into a financial system. All right, a digital money system. All right. Uh, but this is Joel chapter 3. But this is a sign to show Esau is losing his power. Because in the past, none of these nations were in fear to do something like that. They would never think about trying to trade for their currencies outside of the you using another currency outside the U.S. dollar. All right, or again, they would have got Gaddafi, or they would have got Saddam Hussein, or even JFK. All right, but now the Most High is uh, uh bringing down the fear of this man in the world. All right. Proclaim, Joel chapter 3 verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Basically get ready for war, tag team up with nations. All right, that we know ultimately Russia, NATO and the EU, China, the kings of the East, them Arab nations are all going to team up on America and Israel and bomb it to shit, both countries to shit. And America is going to be completely and utterly desolate forever. And Israel is going to be destroyed. But Israel is going to be built back up by the heathen, starting with the elites of the Edomites. All right. And the rest of you heathens that survive, you Edomites and heathens that survive that are in neutral countries that survive the nuclear war. All right. But it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say I am strong. Right, the Lord said, let the weak say I am strong. And these nations again are either teaming up together, making pacts with these other stronger nations. All right, making deals with these other nations like the BRICS. You know, them countries that just join on with Russia and all the mother nations, and the forming alliances. All right, for protection. Like the scriptures speak about Gog and Magog and being a guard unto the mother nations. All right, so that's why they're not in fear of Babylon the Great anymore. That's why countries like I think it was India, um, traded did a transaction outside of the for oil outside of the petrodollar. And these nations ain't in fear anymore. And ultimately, again, um, The Lord's putting the spirit on Esau to crash the system anyway, to bring in the next digital money system. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 27, verse 5. I have made the earth, who is speaking, the heavenly Father Yahweh, and man and the beasts that are upon the ground by my great power and by my outstretched arm, and have given it to whom it seemed meet unto me, just like the Lord did with any other kingdom. The ancient pagan Babylonian Empire, to the Medo Persian Empire, to the Greeks, to the Romans, to this system we got right now, which is still ran by the so-called white man, the Edomites. The Lord gave the scriptures say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And any nation that ever came into power, the Most High put them in power. Verse 6, and now have I given all these lands into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. Right, just like ancient pagan Babylon. And the same thing with the new Babylon, which is America. Same deal. And my servant and the beasts of the field have I given him also to serve him. And all nations shall serve him, and his sons and his sons' sons. Right, from generation to generation. But that time is coming. The time is coming to an end. This is the last generation of Esau ruling. All right, this generation of Edomites ruling, of the elite banker families. This is it. This is the last one. All right. So that's why nobody could come up against the America, against Babylon, against the beast. You know, nobody could come up against it. Mainly against America. Nobody could stand up against the petrodollar. All right. Any country that did, they got took out. But that time is about up now. All right. So the Lord said, and all nations shall serve him, and his sons and his sons' sons, from generation to generation, until the very time of his land come, and then many nations shall and great kings shall serve themselves of him. So basically, he's going into slavery. All right. He's gonna go into slavery. All right. So yeah, again, his time is about up, and this is a sign to show that his time is about up. The fact that these nations, you know, are going to alternatives outside of the petrodollar and looking to deal in other currencies outside of the petrodollar, other than the greenback or the petrodollar or whatever. All right. This is a sign to show that Esau's power is falling. All right. Let me get one more precept and I'm gonna close it up. It's Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision, it's like it. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor of the Lord, an ambassador is sit among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. Verse 3, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? All right, and that's Esau's mindset. Who can bring me down? Who can come up against me? All right, and the world sees you losing your power. And you see these Edomites, but that shows the pride of Esau. Like Biden was on TV the other day. We're the greatest military in history, in the history of the world. That's that pride, man. And they don't think they could ever be touched. But you about to be touched. Who's gonna touch you? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua gonna bring you down. Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Right. So the Lord says he's gonna bring you down. All right. And your time is running out, man. And these nations, again, they ain't in fear no more, man. Again, that's why you're weaponizing the dollar isn't working anymore, because you're losing power. In the past, it would work. It would starve countries out, you know, but now nations, you know, now your power, you're losing your power. And this is another sign to show that you're losing power. All right? The nations say, okay, you don't want to deal with them, but you don't want to deal with us. Fuck you. We'll go deal in other currencies then. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. If you try to do something about it, all right, we got we been clicked up with other nations, and we got the power to defend ourselves against you. All right, because the Most High is pretty much giving the great equalizer, which is the nuclear missile, to all these nations to fulfill His will, ultimately to shoot missiles on her, and the her is America, to demolish it. All right, by ICBM nuclear warheads. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory again unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadashi, double honors to my elders and those great millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.